of hockey. Ryan Reaves has been a Golden Knight for less than 2 years, yet he's one of the most recognized and celebrated athletes in Las Vegas.
Known for big moments and big hits on the ice, he's now making a name for himself off of it.
Fox 5 sports reporter Vince Sapienza went to a bar and had a beer with everyone's favorite Revo.
Yeah, John Christine, really tough assignment. I didn't just have a beer with Reaves, I had his beer. An enforcer turned entrepreneur, Ryan Reaves, a feared bare-knuckle brawler on skates, now a bona fide Vegas-born beer buff. He's a man creating a hockey legacy and a home here in Vegas. Even outside the fortress, Ryan Reaves continues to prove he's the ultimate teammate.
Need another one? You need another one? 2 more. I got you. How much you pay your bartenders?
If I were to tell you Ryan Reaves is brewing his own beer in Vegas, just about every medieval maniac would say, yeah, that makes sense. What do you recommend, sir?
I would recommend this training day. It's lovely, people say.
But just a few years ago, that idea seemed less likely than an expansion hockey team finding success in the desert.
I think the weirdest thing is when I was younger, I would take a sip of beer and say, there's no way I'm ever going to drink beer in my life. Like, it is disgusting. Like, no chance. And here I am. It's my, it's what I sell. It's my business now. The other funny thing is I used to hate Vegas. I used to come here and leave with an empty wallet and feeling like absolute garbage. But then when I got traded here, I fell in love with the city within, 3-4 days. This is the first time in my career I haven't gone back to Winnipeg for the summer, just because I love the city so much.
Love for his city and excitement for a new endeavor. Reaves rolled out his first batch late last year, calling it a beer worth fighting for.
Training day.
Training day.
The first thing everybody thought was, man, he must love that movie.
I do love that movie. He's my favorite actor too, Denzel.
But does one correlate with the other in terms of the name?
No. So the story of 7-5 is kind of the story of the underdog. I consider myself an underdog. People when I was younger told me that I would never play in the NHL. I had, through a buddy of mine, a scout told him I was too slow, my feet were too big, I would never make it anywhere. My whole life, every time somebody's told me that, I use that as motivation.
Considered a golden ale, full of flavor, it's not light enough to be a lager, though not too heavy to have that IPA intimidation.
The finish is, I think, what's important. You taste that hops, but at the end, it's not like, ooh, that's really bitter, you know what I mean? It finishes smooth, so you're like, oh, okay, I can deal with that.
Like most athletes, Ryan Reaves has a story to tell, but to tell his, you gotta have a cold one. Training day is his first out for consumption, but not the first in his line.
Our first one would be the lager. It's a lighter one. We consider that, let's say, my junior and my East Coast kind of time. We call that one Dawn Breaker, so that one will be coming out this summer. Then training day, that's me working as hard as I can to get to where I want to be. Next one, Shiver Giver. That'll be our IPA. It's just kind of that feeling you get and the feeling that you give when you've made it to where you want to be. Our fourth one will be called the Grim Reaver. That's a nickname I've been given as the most feared player in the NHL. Oh man, I nailed that.
First try.
You know what I mean? That was a nice pour. Nice little head to it.
On the surface, Reaves' transition from Pittsburgh to Vegas has been as smooth as his beer. I mean, he is the only Golden Knight with a personalized pregame soundtrack. But the bitter truth is, it was not love at first sight.
Bolin now in a wrestling match with Reaves. Oh, massive hit!
When I got traded here, team was in first place. Hadn't lost back-to-back games in a month, 2 months, whatever. Day I get traded here, we lose, I think, back-to-back, maybe 3 in a row. I took a couple penalties that might have cost us one of those games. So, oh yeah, I saw some hate for sure. So it's been very fun winning the love of the fans and the city. Took a little bit of time, but it was fun doing for sure, and it's fun to see how much they've embraced me now.
Ryan knows in hockey you have more haters than you do fans, and now he's learning the beer business is no different.
I had somebody a couple weeks ago after a golf tournament told me that my beer was trash and I was never going to make any money off it and all this stuff. And granted, he was he's a little drunk, but this went on for probably 40 minutes of him telling me this.
Was he drinking your beer at least?
He was drinking the beer, which was the weirdest thing. Like, he was sitting there chirping me the whole time, and then he's like, yeah, let me get a training day.
This past year, Reaves set a career high in goals and points for the Golden Knights. Even more impressive, during that time, 7-5 Brewing went from an idea to seeing training day poured in nearly 100 bars throughout southern Nevada.
Not in my wildest dreams that I think we'd be anywhere close to where we are right now, especially being in cans already. We've been in cans for 2-3 months already now. I'm shocked and I'm proud of what we've done in this little time. We've decided to make this our home. We bought a house and we decided that, and now we're building another house. So if anybody needs a house, got one on the market.
Is this the best year of your life?
Yeah, I think so. I think my family's done now. We're down in Vegas. I'm having the time of my life playing here. I still get shivers driving to T-Mobile. Every time I see the strip and I'm driving to a game, I still get a little tingle and a little bit of excitement. Walking down the tunnel in the Fortress is always fun. And playing there is like nothing else I've ever done. So yeah, I think this is the best time of my life right now for sure.